much of a factor is it that we have an election this year? A lot of people bring up the idea that, look, the Federal Reserve is never going to be political. They're not going to get involved in any of this, and we've got so much talk and debate around this election. We've got an election in November. Does that preclude any moves in interest rates, say, in September?
Absolutely not. I can tell you, I've been at FOMC meetings for a long time. Before I became president, I went to them. And I can tell you that when you hear what's going on in the room and you're there, the political part doesn't come up at all. It's really about setting policy that's the best policy to meet the Fed's goal, which, of course, Congress gave us, right, at the appropriate time on the appropriate data. And I can tell you that those political considerations are not part of the discussion.
Going into this summer's big convention, you got the Republican convention in July in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Does that create economic excitement, vibrancy? Is that something that you would look at in terms of what it may bring to Cleveland?
Well, certainly, you know, the Greater Cleveland Partnership, I'm a board member there, and that's like the Chamber of Commerce for our area. You know, they're all gearing up for it. I mean, we want to put the best foot forward. We're proud, you know, to show off the city. You know, we know that we're bringing a lot of new people to the city and haven't been to Cleveland before. So it's certainly something that has lent some excitement to the city, and, you know, we're looking forward to being able to showcase our city.
But not really sort of moving the needle in terms of economic vitality. Well,
I mean, there's a whole bunch of studies that, you know, have looked at past things and big events like the Olympics and all these things that come to play. So, I mean, we see construction picking up in Cleveland, but a lot of that was going on before the RNC. So.
By the way, final question, Ms. Mester, we got the jobs number coming out in about 20 minutes or so. How would you characterize the jobs picture at this point? Is it very much sort of the same as what we've been seeing on average, 200,000, do you think? Jobs?
Well, I'm as eager to see the numbers and the details of the report as you and your viewers, but, you know, we'll put it into context. We've had solid performance in the labor market over the past 3 years. So, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing the report and put it into context, and that we've seen very good performance in the labor market.
What's the most important indicator you look at?
Oh, gosh. I always say I look at a mosaic of indicators.
Yeah, I'm sure
there's not one
specific
indicator. I like to look at payroll growth. We looked at, you know, inflation numbers, inflation expectations. There's a lot of indicators out there. And it's the hard part is putting them together into context and understanding what they're telling you about the economy, what's the signal and what's the noise.
Really terrific analysis from you. Loretta Mester, good to see you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
President of the Cleveland Federal Reserve.